oh, this guy, this guy. And then I went, and it's so crazy. You're saying like before, like you had like brought up the feud. Like it's actually like a lot of what comes up when I Googled you, you know?
Yeah.
And full disclosure, I met George before, and he was nice to me. And I used to read his website like crazy back in the day. But the one thing I found out that when I Googled is that the popular opinion was that I have to check out the show you had done with him and now continue to check out the show you do now. And that was like from a Reddit AMA you had done not too long ago. And it's interesting. I myself, I actually went with Epic Mealtime. I had a whole trademark dispute and everything in the early ages of the.
What happened? I need some advice on trademark disputes. What happened with yours?
Yeah, the number one tip is don't get into it.
Okay.
But actually, what happened?
What's the number two tip?
It's cool because like I could talk about it. I could talk about it now because the guy that I had the dispute with, and that we used to have bad blood with, like over it. It was 7 years ago, so now we've kind of squashed that, and we have mutual friends, and we see each other. We've hung out a couple times, but ultimately, we did something. It got very popular, and I was the face of it. And I did a lot of, I did the filming and the editing and the producing. And he was the designer. He came up with the logo for Epic Mealtime. And we just, moving ahead, when it came down to making an agreement, there was a dispute because I felt like because I was physically present, I felt like I had the right to more power because we would be deciding my fate. Whereas if the whole thing messed up, nobody would even know who he was. So like I felt like it wouldn't be fair if it was just 50-50. So I wanted more decision making, not money even, just decision making. And it just led into a dispute that, ended up being like 2 years, and it was resulted in just basically being settled. And ultimately, like when I got into it, at least, I never wanted to be in business or deal with lawyers or anything. It was strictly creative to create something. Yeah. And it's like the worst thing is that like once you like bring lawyers into the game, you take away the humanity of the discussion. And
oh yeah.
If I could go back, I think, and I'm a really, really, really difficult person to argue with. And like, if I could go back in time, I would probably approach things in a way that it wasn't so lawyery, or even when at a certain point I would probably want to swallow my pride and approach it so that it's not so lawyery, because the humanity comes out, and and with that you like are left with the lawyer's choices, and these two lawyers will go to expensive dinners and discuss what they'll do with their clients while you guys are both paying for that.
Right.
And maybe one at the end of it, maybe this person pays for it or that person pays for it or you both pay for it. But like, it's something where it's like, if there's any way it can be approached off the record and spoken about, then that's the best way to do it. And sometimes there's just no way that could happen, And I don't know much about your scenario, but like,
well, it sounds like I'm the other guy in your situation.
Yeah, I read that into that as well when I was reading about it. I was like, oh, interesting. It's like, I related
but Dick's not
more.
The logo designer, much more than that in the context of it.
Well, no. It's, I was just saying that I was the nobody in the relationship, I guess you'd call it. But it was a podcast, so it takes a tremendous amount of effort from both sides. In this case, I don't even think anyone would have thought of it again, except Maddox filed for the trademark as he was the owner. Then he had to refile it again because that was fraudulent, they determined. So he had to refile again as it's just something brand new that he's starting. And the only reason I'm pursuing it is because a listener happens to be a trademark attorney. And he was like, hey, that's bullshit. You want me to help you out? I was like, yes, dude, I do. Like, yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. The trademark was for, as I understand, the name of the show you guys did together?
Yeah. It was for The Biggest Problem as a podcast. So I thought, so what, he's just taking this and doing it with somebody else? That kind of sucks, but,
Well, so he wants to continue doing the show under that name.
Yeah, well, that's what I assume.
And you feel like you started with him, so like if he's just going to trademark it and own it, like there should be something in that for you to an extent, right?
Yeah.
In some regard?
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail the podcast with this legal shit.
No, I personally think I would find this interesting because when I was reading about you, it was one of the first things that came up, and like a lot of people were talking about it on Google. So I just figured maybe it is an interesting thing. So I apologize if it isn't an interesting thing, but I find it curious. I'm just like a little curious because I guess you got to ask yourself, like, it'll cost money to pursue what you want from it. Will that, what you pay to pursue this, what you get from it in the end, will it be worth what you paid to get it?
I got a number in my head where it will stop being worth it. And when I get to that, I'll stop. But until I get there.
Yeah.
Are you imagining that Maddox probably has a number in his head as well about this, and that mine. Exactly. Yeah. And that number is going to be lower than yours. And so it's kind of a war of attrition.
But what's like once you have I guess you feel you have the right to like, I guess, like half ownership of that, right? Because you guys started that podcast together,
right?
You never made an agreement. You guys never made a.
There was no signed contract or anything like that. There is a volume of emails going back for 6 years talking about how we're starting this and splitting profits and work and stuff like that. I don't know what any of that means.
Do you have a single email or text message or anything? Because, like, for example, like in my scenario, every case, like, because it's not only one like time I've been sued. I've been sued actually multiple times. Yeah. It's in every case, like show it. Like if you have something to show, it goes such a long way. Like I've had I had specific percentage numbers stated in emails, and I've had things where I said, like, I stated something a particular way in an email, and it went the whole way of saving or proving a point. So if you have somewhere, if it's like, yeah, man, we're in on this 50-50.
Interesting.
Like, that's all you need.
Okay.
Like that's all you need. In my case, it was me and the guy, my buddy. His name's Sterling now. He actually has a YouTube channel. And I have no bad blood with him to the point that I would say his YouTube channel is called Stat. He's going to be like under PUBG pro gamer, I guess. He's going to like a competition. But we had signed a document together that was just the incorporation of the company. So it was just a document that we were on together. So we were automatically, that was the only documentation. It was half-half. If you have like any sort of like document that you guys signed incorporating something or whatever, or anything like that, like that's just, that stuff goes a long way.
I'm curious what you're looking for. Like, would you just like him not to name the show that? Or are you looking for like half his future revenues?
I'd be fine with not naming the show that.
Okay.
That's fine.
That seems kind of fairish. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, doesn't seem like there's a lot to be had from the half of future revenue thing.
Even if the show still gets money, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah, the bonus episodes were in fact still selling before he started just giving them away. So,
and you guys have brands in there with like affiliate links, no?
Yep.
So like there is like money that
Dick skipped over something there that is really important to this, that you were selling bonus episodes, obviously, and you got, half of that money, I assume.
Yeah. Without
any agreement from Dick, Maddox went in after the show broke up and just made all the bonus episodes free. So it's basically like going in and being like, all right, I unilaterally am deciding that neither one of us are making money from this anymore.
Yeah,
even though it was a joint venture.
It's more of, I don't know, at some point, like shit like this becomes more about principle and it being public than about money. Because people, in my experience, people like that behave like that with everyone they work with, and until somebody stops them. And I genuinely feel like all the fan support that came after that obliges me to do something about it. Like, it wasn't just a show that we had, it was a show that everyone had. And what's happening with the trademark is wrong. So I'm taking the goodwill and the money, and I'm doing what I think people would want to be done with it. If that's wrong, both will dry up. But until they do, I think it's a lot more than money at this point.
Until the end, it's spectacular PR for the
it's great. It's a great story, I guess.
Well, money, like for myself, when I was going through it, I had never looked at the Epic Mealtime bank account.
Yeah.
Ever. I never looked at it. And even when going through that, I never looked at it. Like, I have a business partner who handled all of that. I was just like, handle it, make sure nobody fucks this up, and I need to figure out how to make the best show next week. And it was just about the show. And it was just like, my whole point was like, no one is going to fuck with my shit. And this is my shit. And I would assume that you have like an element of like, that's my shit. Like, I helped create that. So you have that attachment, and then you have this audience of people that are like, that's your shit. Like, that's not right, you know? And so it's like the perfect storm of things that like, it kind of goes back to like the drama thing. I mean, you know, people love drama. They really do. Like, I mean, there might be like people that bounce back and forth between your podcast and Maddox's to just be like, I wonder if some shit's going to be said.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's actually like it's a crazy scenario to be in, and I wish for you to have a short one and one that you're happy with the results in the end. Myself looking back now, I don't regret anything. You know, I was happy like standing up for the things that I wanted to stand up for, but I'm also happy now that I don't have an enemy out there. It's kind of like, that's also a shitty feeling in itself. When you're like,
you're more like stressful than people realize. Is my mic okay? Not change.
Yeah.
Okay. So I started Woodycraft. It's a Minecraft server. I don't know if you guys know anything about it, but it was really successful. And
I knew all about it.
Dick was a platinum member. Yeah.
So anyway, my partner, I think at the time I didn't realize how important he was. It was his idea to sort of start it. It was his idea to kind of like make it a thing. And but when it came time to actually run it and grow it and like do the work, that wasn't his cup of tea. He was more of an idea man, and I was sort of the guy who grinded away, the doer, right? You know, and he started as the doer. That was going to be his role. Like, he had more experience with the hands-on at this stuff, and you know, it just like my standards were really high. Like, no, I want it to never be done. I want it to always be this. I want everyone to
microphone and your video that your standards are
insanely high. Yeah.
Are they not good? I can't hear them.
No, they're good.
We're getting Woody live from a La Quinta Inn in La Jolla. Yeah.
So I just wanted it to be really, really great, and that he didn't have the same passion. So it was I ended up buying out his part of it. It was so stressful for me. Like, I barely ate. I think I was talking earlier, I lost like 14 pounds in 2 days. It was all I thought about. I couldn't sleep.
2 days. Did you lose a foot?
Did I say 2 days? I meant 2 weeks. I lost a pound a day.
You lost 2 weeks in 2 days too.
Anyway, it ate me up. Like, it was how I imagined like an actual divorce to be like. It was a really, really, really unpleasant experience for me. And I feel like both of you guys went through something just as intense.
Yeah. Way to take these really serious lawsuits and compare it to your Minecraft server. No, I'm kidding.
You know what, Harley? Your lawsuit reminds me of this time this little douche tried to order diamond armor and his mom's card got declined. And it's like, it's funny.
So
yeah. See, the trick to avoiding all of this is to just not become successful. Just stay in my lane of just no relevance. Nobody cares. Hey, did you hear that about Taylor? No, nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares.
It's actually like it's genuinely like it's something that was told to me early on, and I really truly believe it. Just seeing through other people's experience that like it is a sign of success if people start coming for you, or you find yourself in these scenarios. At a certain point, it could be bad business, but you know, if it's worth it for people or something to fight over, then you know you're doing something right, or you're a part of something special.
That's what I've learned from Trump and how much he's attacked so viciously. He's like, yeah, I get it. He had to be.
I mean, I guess you're like almost getting as much hate as Trump, right?
Yeah.
Almost. Like remember, like right after the MSNBC and NBC and all the news stations finished their like Trump hate hour, they go right on to Dick Masterson.
Yeah. Like, that's what I got to shoot for. I get it now.
I'd love to see you do another thing where you go on a. Have you ever considered going back on a show like Tyra or that, or are you just totally blackballed? Like, is that out of the question from a show like that?
Oh, I think blackballed. Yeah, they get that it was a joke and they had, and they don't want to have anything to do with me anymore.
There's got to be people like enough time.
Had a better sense of humor about it. I wish they'd be like, you know what? There was this one time this guy came on. He pretended he hated women. Let's reminisce.
It's enough. The time has passed enough that it seems like a new show would come around where they're like, hey, this episode got good ratings or whatever they think. Let's bring him back on this time, knowing that he's like,
yeah, I'll do it again. It's fun. I love it. Like wrestling makes billions of dollars doing this. Come on, join the party, guys. Talk shows.
Can you imagine sitting across?
Say whatever.
You could just be sitting across from that chuckle fuck Jimmy Fallon saying ridiculous things, and he'll have to just sit there and go, you hate women, me too, yeah, like because he agrees with everything everyone says.
Yeah,
but yeah, that would.